This evening. How are y'all? I pray all is well. Pray everybody had a great week, great day. Yep. Hey. Oh, I forgot to do some stuff. But anyway, I pray that y'all had a great day, a great week. And that y'all have a great Mother's Day weekend. Hey, Tracy. Haven't talked to you in a minute. Haven't seen you on here in a while. But I pray y'all have a great Mother's Day weekend. If I don't get a chance to tell you before I get off of here, it's to tell y'all Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I know I said it earlier, but didn't know if I was going to be able to come back or not. But Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, aunties, sisters, everybody that's a mother, playing a mother figure role. Happy Mother's Day. If your mother is still here, cherish her. If she's still around, call, send her something, take her out, do something. Because you never know. This time next year, you might not be celebrating her being living. You might be celebrating something else. I'm not putting that on nobody. I'm just saying. It's just over the period of time. Things like that just happen. So, I see this young man out here got his roses and flowers all hanging out for somebody to pick up for their mother. So, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers early. Hopefully, y'all pray. I pray that y'all have a great Mother's Day weekend. And it's everything that you and your kids come by, check on you, call you, send you something, bring you something, anything, just to recognize all the mothers. If you've done all you can do anyway as a mother, it is what it is. But we were talking about the kids earlier with the procedures and rules or whatever of the bullying. And if they do tell their school what's going on before something worse happens. And I was discussing it with somebody. I'm not gonna tell y'all who, and not gonna but I was discussing it with somebody, and we came to the conclusion, well, they brought it up, but we came to the conclusion that this is a money thing. Okay, it's a money thing. So I just had to from what I can see, make sure. From what I can see, yeah, it all makes sense. But that's not fair. And I know it's a lot of things that goes on that's not fair, but it doesn't, it really don't make sense for it to be the way that it is. But it is what it is. I know that they have, they get accounted for showing up to school. They get accounted for being on the buses. They get accounted for that. So, of course, the city, the government, the county give them money because the children are showing up. So, by any means necessary. I'm not saying don't, like put the kid out of the school for all of this, but you get, at your jobs to give you those verbal warnings. Somebody called me with a no-call ID. I don't answer those. Do not answer no-call ID. Unknown. Can't show me your name. Then you call back. Okay. But I don't know who keep calling me with no call ID. You got to text me. Hey, cousin, how are you, Londa? You better come on here. But yes, they get paid or get money for the children showing up to school and getting on the transportation that they use and all that. But is it worth, like, if the kids don't come back to the school, is it worth their life though? Like, is it worth the consequences that happens later because of that? I'm just saying, because if you're saying the kids show up, we're not gonna put the kids out of the school because they are bullying or they're misbehaving too bad to where it's causing other kids not to learn, I'm not gonna put them out. We're talking about bullying. I was telling them earlier about a situation that happened with my daughter the other day. She told the school, the administrators and all of that, she told them what was going on and told three different principals what was going on, and they didn't do anything. And so the situation got worse, and she called me and she was crying, and she was just like, I don't know what else to do because I did what I'm supposed to do. They told me to tell, I'm telling it, and I went to everybody, and nobody's helping. The teacher in this classroom is just looking, she's not saying anything, and then she pretty much blaming me. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I had a text come through. She's pretty much blaming me for the reason why this situation is occurring. So my question is, after you've done the procedures that y'all put in place, which is let us know before it gets to a certain point. Let us know. And then when I let you know, you don't do anything about it, and now the problem progresses, and now that if we have a fight or something goes down, now you're going to try to suspend me. But I told you ahead of time what happens. So I was just saying, I forgot that the kids get counted for showing up to school for the attendance. They get accounted for, or the city, the school, the district gets money for the kids getting on using the transportation. So with all that being said, why put them out of the school? Why put them off the bus? Why do anything to these kids? But my thing is also this: the people that you hey Miss Marcia, the people that you bullying, they can only take so much. So most of the time, the people that react behind being bullied are tired of it, and okay, I need you to stop. I shouldn't have to come to school and feel uncomfortable, and don't have to feel like I shouldn't be here because you're bullying me. So now that I react, now is it really worth it? Because now you have a child over here that something that's happened to and can't come back to school because they're either dead or hurt. And then you have a child over here that reacted because nobody ever did anything about the bullying, and now they reacted, and now they're in jail or worse. But we talking about money though. Is it really worth it? So now you still not gonna get no money for this child because they in jail, and you're not gonna get no money for this child because this child is dead or in the hospital. Is it really worth it? So just, if you telling me to tell you what's going on and nobody is stopping what I'm telling you, what's the point? Because if you're not gonna do anything, why am I telling you what's going on? If you're not gonna do anything, hey DeMarcus, if you're not gonna do anything, why am I telling you what's going on with me? And I think that's the reason why a lot of kids don't speak up about anything that happens at the schools, is because they feel like, I know they're not going to do anything. The school is not going to do anything. You have these the on-campus police, the on-campus security, whatever. But if ain't nobody doing anything, I don't care what your position is, it's pointless to me. We just paying people that's not doing it. I'm not saying these folks is not doing their job. But if I'm reporting something, I'm not just talking about my kids or my child. I'm talking about anybody's child. If they going through something and they report these issues and nobody do anything about it, why are they telling them? Now they getting bullied even worse. So you gonna go snitch on me? You telling it on me? You gonna do all it? And it makes the situation worse. So where do they go? What do they do? Now it's too late, because now that child that's being bullied, that's getting bullied, wants to react because nobody did anything. And they're wrong. So is it really worth me telling you what's going on if y'all not gonna do nothing? Now if your child started coming out and saying, Mama, they started messing with me, they started picking on me, they started saying this, I know kids gonna talk, kids gonna be kids, they gonna do their thing, that's what they do, that's fine. But when it gets to a point to where it's consistently bullying folks, I fight you, I do this, I do that to you, where do the kids have to turn to? And I think that's the part that that's the part that becomes the bad side of this whole situation. Because if your procedures or rules is telling me to let an administrator know, to let staff know what's going on, and if now something's being done and they got consequences is, okay, I'm going to talk to these kids or this child or whatever and find out what's going on. It might be something that can just be a conversation, and that's it. That's a verbal warning. The second time, we can go into something else. Listen, let me tell you, I told you this before. You can't keep doing that. Now I'm going to have to suspend you for, 3 or 4 days. Okay, you keep doing it. Now I'm going to have to suspend you for a week or so. But there should be some type of, and then I'm not saying necessarily put the kids out of school, but I'm saying something needs to happen to make them learn, okay, well, you can't cooperate. We're going to put you over here in a classroom all by yourself. You don't get a chance to go to lunch with everybody else. This is what, you lose lunch privileges or whatever. You'll eat, but you won't get what everybody else have. You'll get you a sandwich and, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you have to sit in this class all day. I mean, something needs to be done because bullying is not okay. Fighting and trying to, being mean to people for nothing, that's not okay. And hey, Sister Wesley. Oh, shoot. What turns out to be the person that's getting bullied will react eventually. Most of the time most of the stuff that happens at these schools, these school shootings and stuff like that, it's because these are the kids that have been bullied, and they're reacting because nobody at their school or nobody, even the district, may have not listened to these kids. And I think what we do as parents, we just like, oh, we'll take care of ourselves. And when you saying I take care of myself, now you in jail because you try to take care of yourself for something the school's supposed to have been doing from the beginning. I see. Can you take it to a higher level if you have to? You might have to go show your face a few times. Agree. Because like I was saying earlier, the principal that so-called, when I called up there, because I made the lady that answered the phone, she was like, well, I could take a message and I'll get it because they're in different places. I said, ma'am, I'm not going to leave this. I'm not going to leave a message with you for the simple reason. My child is on my other phone and she's crying. And I need to find out what's going on before I have to leave work. And she was like, well, ma'am, they in meetings. I didn't ask you what they was doing. I asked you to go get me somebody that can help. Hey, Chris, to go get me somebody. Now, the thing is, when you go get this person, I don't need nobody to get on here and give me no shoulda, coulda, woulda. So anyway, she put me on hold and went and got him and brought him to the phone. And he got on there and he was like, well, they told me that she was over there. I said, I'm not even asking you that, sir. I said, I'm calling you because if she told you and she told the other 2 principals that are there what's going on before it got to this point and y'all didn't do anything, that's why her mama calling. Now I'm talking to you as an adult because this kid level stuff has already been too much. So now here come her mama. Okay, so what we doing? Well, let me talk to her and find out what's going on and I'll call you back. I guess he's still finding out what's going on because I ain't heard from him. That was yesterday and I haven't heard from him. Was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before, whatever day it was. Either way it go, I haven't got a call back from him. And, ooh, these people driving crazy. It's Friday. Listen, it's not that serious. You trying to outrun this. If the siren people, the ambulance coming up here, it's not that serious. But he hasn't called me back, and that was my thing. And I'm like, okay, so my daughter calls me back and say, Mama, all he told them was to have a good day. Y'all go ahead and go back to class. Nothing was ever resolved from that end. Again, and my husband even said he's not gonna call you back. He don't have to. I know exactly who answered the phone. I know exactly who it is. He'll see me. Now that I have to come and show you my face, it's something else now. Because what you gonna do? What time you gonna be available? You don't have to worry about it. I'll be there. Hey, Mary. Thank you. I seen what you did. Thank you, ma'am. Love to see you. Thank you, ma'am. But yeah, this thing where you telling these kids to come. Hey, Tamisha, how are you? You telling these kids to come and report the bullying, to come and report these things that are going on at the school. And then when you don't do anything about the things that are being reported, that's when the kids lose their trust with talking to the school. Because if I'm coming to you telling you I have a problem and nobody's here to help me solve that problem, where do the kids have to go? they talk to? Now I'm going, and then you going through protocol because y'all got this handbook, this black and white handbook, and it's saying here we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Yeah, it's on paper, but are y'all doing what y'all put in this book? No. Things have happened at the school that you hear about it from somewhere, but you don't know about it because they ain't sent no letter home. There has not been no phone call. Now you'll call and tell me that they're late to school. You'll call and tell me that they're late to class. You'll even call and tell me, well, they grades, they don't did this, but they grades don't drop, and I don't know what's going on. But when something serious as far as their life being threatened, or their something is a bodily harm can happen, I'm not hearing from nobody. Nobody is telling me nothing that's going on at the school then. Then when I call up there, well, ma'am, you want me to calm down? No, what you should have done is call me. And I'm just trying to figure out, and I'm not giving nobody no excuse on why all the school shootings are happening. I'm not giving nobody an excuse for that. We'll never do that. But I'm saying, if you're trying to find out, first of all, we already know when they took prayer out of school, that was already, you took God out of there, you took prayer out of there, that was it. That was the main thing. But now that we're at this state to where we allow them to take that out of the schools, we at this point now where the bullying is really big. And when I was in school, you had your little bullying, but you had your little fighting, y'all friends the next day, y'all cool. Now these kids are dying. They killing themselves because of the bullying. The social media makes it worse. And then you as a parent, you just like, what went wrong? The school system failed my child. Now, if you telling me to tell my child to call you, let you know what's going on, they use all of their resources to do what you said do. If they got 5 resources, they use all 5, and nobody's listening to these kids. Again, I'm not just talking about mine. I'm talking about anybody's child that goes to school. And you don't know what they're dealing with when they go to school because they're not talking about it because they know ain't nothing going to be done. But when they so frustrated and they so, oh, it's too much for them, and they react behind what's being done at the school because they already know, oh, I seen my friend went through this same thing and nothing was ever done. They still let this stuff happen at this school. Nothing is ever done. It keeps going on and on and on and on. And I have the same problem now, and I'm reporting it. Or I want to report it, but I can't because I've seen what happened to my friend. I can't report it. Now what do these kids do? They got to hold that in. And if they they get jumped in the restroom or something, they got to come in. Okay, now they got to hear the backlash. Oh, you got beat up, you got jumped in the back. Now that's more on them. Now they react. They react some type of way. You know, we need to see if they need to talk to somebody. Let's find out what's going on. Maybe it's something that's going on at home. No, when these kids come to you the first time, you need to listen. They come to you the first time and say, there's a problem. It's too much of this going on. Who stops the bullies? If everybody wants to come tell me that this is going on, who's stopping them? Oh, is it behind the money because this child showed up to school? Y'all get paid for that? I'm just saying. Because the child got on the bus, y'all get paid for that? So, because there's money involved in these issues, these situations, folks have to die. People have to go to jail. Really? Now if they in jail or they dead or they still at school or you still getting paid for that same kid? Just questions I just want to know. I'm just asking. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't work in a district, but I'm trying to find out because it's not just my kids that go through these types of things. These are also your kids, grandkids, nieces and nephews that may have to go through these same things. They might not do it now because they might be too small. But we already know this world is getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse. The signs of the times are definitely here. Look how cold it is outside in May. May, it is not this cold. Just saying, it is not this cold outside. But now that it is, hey, Jalen, what's up? Sorry. Now that the signs of the times are here and all these things are happening, you praying with your children and for your kids every time you send them to school because you don't know what's going to happen. They can be sitting down eating lunch and things can happen while they're at lunch. You never know what can happen. And you pray, like I said, you pray over your kids, you pray with your kids, but these things happen. And then what do you have? Because you just like, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And all they had to do was open up their mouth and say something and somebody take actions to what was being done. This is why the children are afraid to speak up at school when it comes to things like this, because they feel like they have no voice. Nobody is listening to them. Nobody wants to hear what they have to say. You don't know what you're talking about. You just mad and you just going through it. And then they use previous situations and attaches to that. It don't mean that that's what it is. Listen. Because some things out there that you might not even realize that I'm just saying, these are things that happen and people don't want to listen to it. And I just don't want the person that's being bullied to react behind something that the school could have stopped before it even got to that point. Let me see. That's what I'm saying, Mary. You are right about that. Because if that child is dead or in jail or in the hospital, you're not getting paid for them either way. Why not stop them? And that way everybody can still come to class and you can still get paid. I'm just saying, nobody have to miss school. Nobody have to make sure they don't have to go to court, and they don't have to do any of those things because, hey, Sister Mullins, I'm gonna read the rest of the comments in a minute, y'all, from the part. They don't have to, you don't have to worry about that because everybody's in class, they in school, they doing what they supposed to be doing. But if you stop somebody, all I'm saying is have some procedures or some consequences in place for the people that this affects. That hold on, baby, let me back up and you can have all this whole street. If you do that, just stop these things before it happens. And like I said earlier, I don't know if there's really some type of protocol for stuff like this. I'm not even sure if it is. If it is, I want to see it. I want to see it. And I want to know that even though I'm reading this, that this is actually what would happen. Even if it's good enough. Because it might not even be good enough. It might not be working. Because sound like to me, something ain't working. If this continues to happen, something ain't working. That's just my opinion. This just me talking. Bullying is excusable. I might be wrong, but I told my boys, tell the teacher, then the principal, handle it. Exactly. You're right, Mary, because that's what I told because at first, that was the first thing they were saying. Well, Kyla, she was just, so she told me, she said, Mom, I did what they told me to do, and I did what you said do. Tell somebody. I just don't want to get to no point to where it gets worse than this because they not listening to me. They don't want to do and now we don't get to a point. I don't told the principal, I don't told my teachers, I don't told everybody in the school, I don't told the security, I don't told the police that's at the school, everything dealing with the school, I've told. Now we don't have this fight. Now you call me and tell me, well, we're gonna have to suspend them for 3 or 4 days because they was up here fighting. No, you're not, because she told you this was gonna happen and y'all didn't do anything. So she'll be at school tomorrow. Or she'll be at school Monday. That's not what I'm saying that happened, but I'm just saying you're not gonna suspend her after I've already told you what can go down, what can happen, what can actually pop off in here, and y'all didn't want to listen. So guess what? She'll be at school when what time school starts. She'll be there. She gonna be there. She gonna have bells and whistles on. She won't be suspended. Because what we're not gonna do is do that. So yes, I do want to see in the handbook, if y'all know how to or screenshot it or take a picture of it, send it to me, let me read it, let me see. And I'm not just talking about bullying, I'm talking about anything these kids want to come forth with that's dealing with anything that's wrong or incorrect. There should be procedures for everything, every step that goes wrong at a school. There should be ways to get out of that. Now, soon as something go off where she in here talking, she running her mouth, she doing this. Okay, if she in there talking and she running her mouth, why you can't call and tell me that somebody's trying to jump on her? Because now I'm finna come find you and try to figure out what you doing. As an adult in this situation, what are you doing to help? These kids should be safe as they possibly can when we drop our children off with these people. I'm not talking against nobody's teaching, none of that. I'm not saying please don't take that as that, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the teaching part, because I believe these teachers, I commend anybody that teach kids, that work with kids, because y'all have a tough job. Listen, okay, because these kids is different. So I commend anybody, if you teaching them, you an assistant, you work at a school, any type of district, anything you doing with children, I commend you. God bless you, because my nerves is not that great. I love every child. I love each, but God bless y'all that work with kids. I'm just talking about the other stuff that they have to deal with, and nobody's listening to them for that part. if their voice is not being heard, us as parents, we can be that voice. And I'm not talking about, and I'm just not, and this is not to all of them, because I'm not saying everybody's like this. I'm only speaking on an experience that I have been through here recently, and what I had to deal with or have to do and try to help her through it. And with that being like that, the kids can only say so much. Hey, Arthur, what's up? Sorry, y'all. I found out who that no call ID is. Never mind. We gotta figure that part out. Yeah, I'm just saying that we need to get a better handle on these things, because I was even saying about the little girls that died earlier this year from fighting in the classroom, and the teacher was sitting there and just, and the child had been previously bullied by her peers. And because of that, this fight had broke out. But by the parents saying something to the school district about it, about the child speaking up and saying this is what's going on, and nobody did anything for the child. Now this child is no longer here. And I think she was 8. That was one of the kids. I think she was 8. And they had to fight in the classroom, and I think she died a few days later. But why did she shouldn't have to go through that. If I reported this, so did the school system fail her? Like, what happened? What caused this to be an issue or a problem to where nobody heard what this child was saying? Again, the other child that the girls jumped her after school, in front of the school or wherever they were, and she ended up dying. These children shouldn't have to die because of, if I reported these kids bullying me, if I reported these kids, this is what's going on, that they're hitting me or whatever, and nobody do anything, who has the voice for them? Because you only gonna listen to them for so long. Y'all need to get somewhere. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. And you doing that. If you doing that these kids, they really don't have a voice. They don't have nobody listening to them. And that's what they need. Because I wouldn't want something to happen to somebody that has reported this to me and said, hey, this is what's going on. I'm getting bullied. They talking about jumping me. They talking about doing these things, and nobody followed through with it. And then something happens to this child. How would that weight of that child's being hurt or that child passing, why would you want that weight on you? Behind money, is it really worth it though? To me, that's the part I'm talking about. That it's really hurtful, because yeah, we got it in our handbook and it's in black and white, but we don't follow through. We don't do anything about it. And then why you didn't come tell me? Why you didn't come say nothing? These kids do say something to you, and y'all don't do anything. So the next time something happens, I'm not gonna say nothing, because nobody's listening. Nobody's listening to what I have to say. So yeah, I would love to know what not only what Dallas district does in the midst of that, but other districts that's anywhere. And maybe you could put what this school district is doing, maybe in New York, is doing about bullying versus the school that's in Atlanta is doing, and maybe we can pick pieces out of each one of them. I know there's different rules and stuff, with the state and the county and all that applies, but whatever works. If you can get a piece of each one of these districts and create your own to make it better, that'll stop a whole lot of things that may be going on with these kids that can be prevented, and we can save lives as much as you possibly can. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not just talking about my kids or my child. I'm talking about anybody's kids, because it takes a village to raise all these kids. It does. We all need help, one way or another. Everybody don't know everything. So if you can, if there are ways that we can prevent things like this from happening, and the kids can be comfortable enough to go to school, because some kids are just not comfortable with going back and forth to school. They don't even want to use the restroom at the school. They don't want to eat at the school. They don't want to turn their back at the school, because they don't know what's going to happen, because I don't have nobody to help me or protect me from what's going on with me. So yeah, that was. They don't stop and look. They with that being said, yeah, there needs to be something handled better. And if there, like I said, if something is already in place, or those rules and regulations followed through, or they going by the handbook themselves. If you telling me to tell it, and the first thing we do if somebody's doing this, we sit down and have a verbal and just let them know, maybe you didn't read it in the handbook. This is what we do. This is the consequences that we give for people not doing their part, not doing their thing, or by you bullying. And then you do it again. This is what we do. We already had this conversation. Now I got to go to step 2 because you've already been warned about this situation. All right, you do it again. Here we go again. And there should be a time frame on it, like they do at work. You get a verbal for whatever you did, and then, you know, maybe production or something, and then you get written. You know, they give you so many chances and they fall off after a certain amount of time. Maybe you have to do it like you do a job. Teach these kids this is what happened in real life. You mess up at your job, this is what happened. Not only are you teaching them a life lesson, because this is what can happen when you get you a job. This is a life lesson, but also this is a lesson of how to treat somebody as well, and how to act when you in school. I'm sorry, we got a suspicious car that keep rolling through here. We're trying to see who it is. So yeah, I believe that these are things that we can do, and it doesn't, even if your kids have already graduated, you still gonna have a grandchild that's gonna eventually go through some school district, or a niece or nephew or something. It don't have to, not selfishly just saying this is just about my kids, it's just about what I got. No, make this abroad, because you don't know what can happen, and it can affect your kids, your niece, your nephew, your cousins, whatever. When we was growing up, it was about and on our side of the family, we had cousins, I had nieces, I had my brother. All of us went to school together, and we was all in different grades, but we all went to school together. So when one of them fight, we all fight. And I know most of the families was just like that. You fighting, we all fighting. That's just the way you was raised. But you friends the next day. You didn't hold on to that. The neighborhood fights we had back then, it was just like, oh, okay, yeah. A couple of days later, everybody all cool, running up and down the street. Red light, green light, tag, kickball. I call it kickball, run to the base. Playing kickball, run to the base. You're doing all this stuff to have fun, because that's just what you did. And you moved on. You didn't hold on what happened 2 days ago. You remember when such and such, and you gonna, no, we didn't do all that. You moved on. You don't hold on to that. Even when you went back to school after the summer, you didn't talk about that, what happened. You didn't care. Now everything's recorded, everything's posted, everything's being everybody exposing everybody. Everybody got I got to be the one that had the revenge. For what? And then us as parents, the kids see us, oh, we gonna run up on, we gonna go over here and we gonna do this. The kids see us doing that. Where do you think they get it from? Now they out there, they bullying. Hey Rachel, how are you? They out there doing the same thing. They out there trying to do because that's what they see at home. That's what they know. But all I'm saying is, I believe that there should be some type of consequences, or some kind of procedures or whatever set in place for the bullying. For if the kids come report something that's happening at the school or has happened at the school, that the kids are comfortable enough to come to an adult at the school to resolve whatever issues that they may have, and to know that they're going to be corrected, that they're going to be fixed. Like I said, I wouldn't want that weight. I know we watch a lot of these movies. Netflix got like some of the best movies, but you don't want these kids to be you don't want your kids to be a statistic of anything that's going on. You don't want them to be that child that has reacted behind being bullied, and you don't want your child to be the bully. So both ways need to be solved, because most of the time people that bullies have been bullied themselves. So they find somebody or some people that they bully, And the line keeps going on and on and on and on. And if nothing, we can talk about it, we can do all that, but if nothing, no action is being done with the bullying, it'll never stop. It'll continue to happen because they'll be like, oh, I got away with it, I'm gonna do it again. And if that person move or graduate or whatever, they're gonna find a new person. And most of the time when them bullies get grown, you just trying to see, man, you know, you was the biggest bully, and do you again, bullying went in like that. It was back then, but it is not that grand like it is now. It was never set out there like this, like it is now. But we, and the action behind it, it's just, I don't know. It really is bothersome. I told you my kids were in elementary, and every time they walked to school, I was like, what? They finally told me. It had went on for a while. And they was telling me, yeah, they was like I said, we had cousins and stuff. All of us went to school together. So it was like 4 or 5 of them. There was a little bitty ones, and then they had one, I think she flunked 2 or 3 times. So she was still in elementary. I think she was like 5th grade. But she was tall as me. And I slid up there on my day off, and they told me they pointed her out. I said, oh. So I slid up there on the side of her, and I talked to her real nice. I said, you see them 2 right here? If I find out that they tell me one more time that y'all mess with you or your cousin or whoever, you're going to have to fight their mama. Hey, James, you're going to have to fight their mama. And she kind of looked, you know, she, like I said, she talked to me, so she looked down at me. I said, don't underestimate me, baby. I'm just telling you, these 2 right here, never again. And my kids like, mama, no, we got to stop this. Because if y'all told the teachers and they didn't do nothing, here come your mama. I'm just saying. Got to stop. I don't know. I haven't seen a little girl since that day. They were saying she was nice to him up until that point. But when they said she flunked 2 or 3 times, I said something going on at the house. But I'm gonna give her a warning from me. That way she won't. And they told me that since that day she was good. She didn't mess with them no more. They didn't have no more problems with her. I don't know what ever happened to that child, but yeah, I'm just saying, we got to stop it before it gets started. If my kids is doing the bullying, I'm definitely will jump on them. You don't bully nobody. You don't talk, you don't do all that to nobody. Now I know, like I said, I know these kids, they play and they doing all that. But y'all remember that episode on Good Times where the boy was taking Michael's money. He was smaller than Michael, but he taking his money. No, you bring me a quarter every day and he trying to hide it and trying to put it in different pockets and trying to, no. This is the kind of stuff, but now it's way worse than it was back then. Way worse. So yeah, we got to condense these things down. We got to stop these things from prevent them. I mean, you can't stop every single thing, but if you can prevent it and you can make an example out of 1 or 2 kids, that'll stop a whole lot of stuff. Or you start at that school and just like, oh, we're not gonna do that. If they want to sit up here and they want to bully, let's put all the bullies in the cage together. Let's put them all in. I'm not saying cage, but I'm just saying put them all in this one room together. Y'all, what's going on? Let's find out. And then you can sit down and talk to these kids that are being bullied and say, what's going on? What happens to you? What caused you to start doing this to people? And you feel like that it's okay. Sometimes a conversation needs to be had and it'll flip and change somebody's mindset just that quick by you just sitting down and talking to them. But that's why I was saying earlier, don't just take the kids and just throw them all outside. Here you go. Bye. You bullying somebody. It's your first time. No, find out what's going on with these kids and find a way to make it stop. That way, the kids that are smaller, they probably didn't get that growth spurts like the rest of the kids. So let them all, let them all learn together. But let's do a teaching tool. Like I said, if you're teaching them a life lesson, also you're teaching them how to treat people at the same time by telling them, hey, when you get on a job and you working, trying to take care of your family, and say, for instance, your production is low, okay, we do verbals. So we're going to do a verbal here because this is your first offense. This is the first time you've done it. So we're going to do a verbal. The second time you do this, we're going to write this up. I'm going to send it down there to the district and let them know what you're doing. And you won't be able to go to another school or another school district within whatever county or whatever city that you in. Some things just have to be placed in line. The third time you do it, okay, this is what we're going to do. You don't get no privileges. You get to sit in this room all day by yourself. But you got to show up to school on time. You got to turn in all your work. This is what your grade point average should be. I'm just saying these are tools, or this is just me. I'm not saying this is, I don't know what DISD and all these other schools, I don't know what they procedures are, what they have and how they handle this. But I'm just saying, you do step by step and start making them be accountable for their actions, they'll cut that out. They'll cut it out. Teach them life lessons. Cut this stuff out. What we're not going to do is bully. You're not going to do that. But anyway, I pray y'all have a happy Mother's Day for all the mothers. Y'all have a, hope y'all get to see the babies or the kids or grandbabies and all that. Y'all get the chance to enjoy family. If your mother is still here, still love your mama, still care for her. She might not gave you the best and might not have given you things that you wanted, but some things that you needed. But make sure that you give her what your parents, your mama, what she needs and what she deserves. If you, hey Miss Ollie, give your parents your mama what she deserves. She buried you for 9 months or however long she carried you and she took care of you. And if she didn't, she was still there some kind of way. She bought you a shirt. I don't care if you was 6 months old. She bought you a shirt. That's still love. You still love your mama. Hey, Keyshawn. Still love your mama. Still care for your mama. Still take care of your mama. Bring her a flower, a rose, a vase. I don't know. Anything. I'm just saying that. Hey, honey, how you been? I'm saying that because my mama is no longer here. So I don't have to go and purchase anything to get. Well, I have mother figures, you know, in my life. You know, my sister. You know, that's just somebody, you know, that's my sister. But as far as my mother go, she's been gone this year to be 11 years. And I don't have that opportunity to go and hug her, bring her anything. My thing, if I'm bringing her flowers, it'll be to her grave, not to her, for her to smell them, for her to be here. So I'm just saying that for those that your mother is still here, I don't care if you weren't talking to her last week. Everybody, this time next year, you might not have that opportunity. I'm saying next year because there'll be next time Mother's Day roll around besides now. But I'm saying next, because she could be gone before Mother's Day happen. I'm just saying take care of her while you can. Love her while you can. Be sure to, if you can't buy her nothing, you know you used to make stuff. One of my friends reminded me of this earlier. Remember they used to, back in the, when you was in kindergarten, high school, pre-K or whatever, I don't have one in here, but you had that styrofoam cup and they made you make a plant. You started growing that plant back in February or March after it really stopped getting really cold. Spring started setting in. So you put your little dirt off in the little potted dirt inside of the styrofoam cup, that white cup, and you sit it up there in the window, let that sun hit it. You have your flowers growing, and you write your little name on her, and you color your cup and stuff. Yeah. If you got to do that, give them something. I still have all my kids' stuff. I still have all their stuff from when they was babies. Hey. Oh, I know, that's what he told me. That's what he told me. He said, man, because you know Byron Nelson, that golf thing on Loop 12. So they got all that block. And then all of that was a real bad wreck on 45. So 45 backed up on both sides. 20 backed up. That's what he told me. He told me, where's all this traffic at? And I said, I don't know. Hey, TJ. Even if you go the back way, it's backed up. Yeah, that's what we came the back way. That's how we got here this soon. By going the back way. Oh my gosh. Hey, TJ. Jordan. But I'm saying that's what we used to do. That's what we used to do. We used to he called me a while ago. I ain't moved. I ain't know who that was calling me just like that. Hey girl, how are you? Did you find your... Sorry, hold on. Changed our minds about what? I was trying to see if you had your key out because I got my. I was finna give you my key if you had your. Hey, I'm good. How are you? You all right? You all right? Hi. I'm about to get out, but hi. Hi. They finna party over there. So yeah, y'all just treat your mothers right if they still here. Love her. Give her something nice. If you, like I said, if you don't have any coins to give her, to buy her something, go home and make something. Remember construction paper. You're not too old to make stuff out of construction paper. A card. You remember the birthday cards you made out of construction paper and you put the little hearts on there you wrote with your left hand, but it was really your right hand because you just like 4 or 5 years old. So yeah. Do that. All of this is come from the heart. Let them know you're thinking about them. Send them a nice, sweet text or call and give them something nice, sweet to talk about. Excuse me. Or fix some breakfast. You can do something at home. Everything don't have to cost money. I think it's just the thought of what you're doing for them and the thought of how you came about to just to wish them a happy Mother's Day again, because everybody don't have their mother is not here on earth anymore to for them to do that with. So cherish your mama, because you don't get every so often I be like, I told y'all my mama number, her cell phone and her house number is still in my phone. Hold on a minute, I got to do something, y'all. Hold on just a second. Okay, y'all. Sorry. Had to make a quick call. But yes, make sure you take care of your mama. And I don't care if you are mad at her, you upset with her, because you don't get a chance to have that her anymore. You're gonna wish you shoulda, coulda, woulda will pop up. So take care of her. And I'm not saying just this weekend. I'm just saying because and I still want to call my mama every so often, but I know I can't. She's not there, and I still have her cell phone and her house number still in my phone. But yeah, you want to make sure that you take care of her. Tell her you love her. Let the past go. Let it be what it is, and move on. Some things it's out of your control. You can't do anything about anyway. So just move on from it. We go through things that you wish you can talk to your mama about, and you can't talk to her anymore, and then you upset with her now or something that happened years ago. Let her know how you feel about it and let it go. Leave that stuff, let it go. It was a young lady that worked. It's a young lady that worked with me. She was telling me, she said, I did not know I was carrying so much hurt and burden on. I was carrying all this hurt and burden, not only from everybody else, because everybody was bringing me their problems and their issues, but I was carrying my own because I was upset with my mama. She said, my mama is still here, but I'm upset with her because of some things that when she said, my mama sat down and talked to me and told me all the stuff. She said, so my mama was dealing, this is the young lady that worked with me that sits behind me at work. She said, so my mama, hey girl, how are you? She said, my mama went and sat down with me and told me all. She said, so my mama was dealing with 5 kids herself, with all our stuff, everything we was doing. She was dealing with all that stuff. And then she was dealing with the things that she had dealt with in her past, that she's putting on that weight on her shoulders too. So all those things that was happening, that was going on, she said, but I was mad at her for certain things, and I didn't need to be mad at her. She said, but once I talked to her and I let that stuff go, I felt a whole lot better. It was like weight was lifted off. And she said, those things she said, but I was mad at her and I didn't know why. And when she sat down with me and explained to me what was going on with her, I understood. And it was a big weight that was lifted off my shoulders, and I felt a whole lot better. It was something that was well needed. Hold on. Tiffany. TJ. Tell your mama your uncle coming. Just, just letting you know. But yeah, just love your mama. Care for her. Take care of her. Not just this weekend, but every weekend. Don't let the small. If you already have kids, okay, but don't have kids. But yes, take care of your parent. What y'all got going on? Where we got something going on at? But take care of her. I don't know what my husband has planned for me. This is not nothing that I really do anything about, really. And I don't know what my sister them is doing. They haven't said anything, but I don't know if my husband surprised me with something. I don't know what's going on. I know what's happening Sunday, but I don't know what's happening tonight or tomorrow. Oh, we at church. The kids have to rehearse. They're rehearsing since it's second Sunday. By the way, since I brought that up, all right, let me get out for here because I keep getting phone calls and stuff, and I got to take care of something. But I do want to invite you all to church on Sunday. Sunday, we know it's Mother's Day. I do have a program in here, but it is down in my bag. It's Mother's Day, and we will be having just a Mother's Day service. I have posted the flyer. I'll share it again up until Sunday about Mother's Day. So if you don't have a church home, or you're looking for a church home, or you just want to visit with New Freeman Chapel, come on out. Come on over. It's New Freeman Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, 2219 Lamont Avenue, Dallas, Texas, 75216. The phone number here is 469-779-7081. And a great, amazing, wonderful pastor is Bishop Dwight Collins. Please come through. We do have breakfast at 8:30. 9:30 is Sunday school. And then 11 a.m. we start Sunday morning worship. So come on out, eat breakfast with us, come have a good time, praise the Lord with us. We're a rowdy crowd. For those that has never watched any of our church services, we do have a church page at New Freeman Chapel Missionary Baptist Church. Please follow that page. It lets you know what's going on currently and what has happened in the past. You get a chance to see pictures that we, for different services that we had, different functions, different fundraisers that we've done. So come out and worship with us at one of these services. Also, we have we are in with the Faith Fellowship of Churches. They have a page as well. Hold on. Hold the line.
I gotta run and get Kayla. I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, you got to go far?
Lancaster.
Okay.
I'll set this up for
Okay.
so I can fix my pants.
Okay.
What is you looking like that?
Cause you just like, I'm just like, okay.
My pants keep, like, my skirt is too big now.
Y'all crazy. Okay. Anyway, so yes, I would love to invite you all to one of our church services. I was telling you about the Faith Fellowship of Churches. We have a page for that as well. I do need to go on there and post the pictures while I'm sitting here. We have those pages, that page as well, and you get a chance to see things that we have going on. It's a new fellowship that we started with Bishop Smith from God's Hospital, pastor of God's Hospital, and with Wayside Missionary Baptist Church, that's Pastor Frank Alexander. So this is a new fellowship that we just started up, but it's going to be great. It's going to be better. It's going to get better. We've already posted pictures of our entrance service. No, I didn't post those pictures, but the video is there about the entrance service and the flyer and more information about it. So go check out that page as well. I'll also look through my page and see all these different businesses that people are doing. Share them on your page, like their pages, send people to their page to see what they doing. There's some great stuff. These are good people. I wouldn't even share them on my page if they wouldn't. Different variety of different things that people are doing, family members, friends, classmates, church members, whatever. We share it. It don't even matter. Also going, like, I have two pages, but one of them I'm probably gonna change it. to something. But one of them is Necessary Media. That's where I do the flyers and logos and church programs and all that other kind of stuff. If you need any of that, you can please follow that page, Necessary Media. So any of those things can be any of those things, go and check out everything that's on there. If you have questions about anything, you can inbox me or whatever, with another topic or whatever. But if y'all even have questions about prior videos or any of that, please let me know. But I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna see what I can go in here and help with the kids. In the meantime, in between time, y'all have a happy Mother's Day weekend. Be safe. Stay positive. Stay beautiful. And don't keep everything, up. Don't allow nobody to bring you down or drag you down. If you're feeling sad, because I know it is Mother's Day, just remember that, your mama, she still wants you to be happy and to enjoy your life. And to not forget about her, but enjoy your life and to just have a great time all together. But find something that's positive and fun to do to keep your mind, on the good, positive side. Don't allow anything or any negativity to bring you down or get you into that space. And people want to, well, you remember you don't want to, go into that phase. They was about to have a wreck. Go into that phase of being sad and depressed, because God got you. God got you. He got anything that you have an issue or a problem with. God got you. He's gonna make sure that you're gonna be all right. He's gonna make sure that you're good. So just stay positive, stay sweet, stay kind, stay lovely. Don't like I said, don't let nobody bring you down out of yourself, out of your element. But I'm gonna go off of here because I'm gonna go in here and see what I can do to assist. And if not, I'll just be posting different pictures and videos about prior services because I'm behind. And y'all continue to have the blessed rest of y'all night. And pray that I get a chance to talk to y'all tomorrow. Remember that God loves you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Y'all continue to have a blessed night and a blessed weekend. Bye.